Okay. Tonight, we're going to try to squash the beef with the creator who asked to come on, said I didn't have the guts to confront them face to face, so let's do it.
Let go. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to say. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe.
Super Plumber Sisters number 1, 2, and 3 is live on Kickstarter. Link in the chat, link in the description. I hope you guys are checking it out. And yeah, let's do this. All right. This music is hectic. All right, let's turn this off. Jeez. All right. All right. Tyler's got that bisexual lighting going on. I do. I really, really do. But yeah, so let's do this. I had some people asking like who's this creator that's coming on, and I was actually told not to talk about who I was bringing on until I actually brought them on. At first I was like, that's stupid, I'm not going to listen to that, but I figured I should be respectful. So yeah, that's what we did. Let me just let everyone know that we're live real quick. We are live. Live. By the way, guys, something that's kind of cool real quick before I plug is a couple things. So one, check out this. So this, like these are, I've got 500 books on that table right there of My Sexy Witch Academia that are going to get fulfilled this week. And that's just the cover A. That's just the cover A. Now, it's been nuts because let me show you this. This campaign, I think this is my best campaign, or it was shy of my best campaign. What was crazy, though, about the My Sexy Witch Academia campaign was this. Okay? So every little line, like this is a line. Let's see. That's a line. Is a backer. The blue, the light blue that you see is an indicator of how many extra books someone added to their reward. So you can see like the majority of people on this campaign put several books in their reward, like nuts. Like look at this, like look at this one. This one put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra books in their campaign, in their reward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra books. You know, so it's crazy. Look at this person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This person added 11 books on top of the main reward that they chose. This is going to be a really fun campaign to fulfill because so many people are going to be getting extra books with their campaign. So very excited for people to get into like the various series I have. Look at this one. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This person got 12 books, additional books with their reward. So yeah, like I love it when people are adding additional books. Like I've got a ton, like all of these Growth of Megafists, those are all accounted for right there on my shelf, which is crazy. All of these boxes are probably going to get sold off with this campaign with the Bullet Assassin, the Growth of Megafist Volume 4 fulfillment. So, yeah, I'm just like, really, really, really excited to get to fulfilling and just making these series. What's cool about what's going on with Super Plumber Sisters is I've talked a lot about like this need for me to take a step back, take a breather from comics. But what I mean by that is the workload. See, when I lost my job last year, the only way that I was able to make money was with comics. And so at that time I had Growth of Megafist and My Sexy Witch Academia. So I was like, okay, like I need to bring in more money, which means I need to do more books. So I did Super Plumber Sisters, I did the Cthulhu Murders, and then I did Bullet Assassin. So now I've got 4 ongoing series and then one shot graphic novel. Okay, that is a lot of work to do by yourself, and I had to hire a team at some point. But it's a lot of work to do when you're unemployed. And now that I'm employed and working like 60 plus hours a week, it's like, okay, like 4 ongoing series is just too much. And so what's cool about Super Plumber Sisters is that right now we're doing the Kickstarter for number 3, but we are currently working on number 4, which is super awesome. And number 4 is a hoot. I wish I could show you guys the covers. Like the covers are freaking awesome for this one, and just like the conclusion to the story is really fun. It leaves off on like a semi cliffhanger, so like if we wanted to do more, we could, but if we don't want to, it just we just end it as is. But yeah, guys, go check out Super Plumber Sisters 1, 2, and 3. Our goal by the end of this campaign is to hit. If we hit 10K, it means that I can invest in a new series, and if I hit like 15K, I can totally get started on like an entire new series for 2026. But we'll see how this goes. But yeah, we're enjoying this campaign, enjoying working on it. I'm not gonna lie, I most of my time lately when it comes to making comics has been on Bullet Assassin, because I've got to get that out to backers this month, or at least by the 1st of November. So that's my main goal. But once I'm done with that, then I'll be working on this book, and then once I'm done with this book, I'll be working on my Sexy Witch Academia 3, which is also 50% completed. So yeah, this is a very good looking book. Tyler, I usually don't do this, but I missed the last couple of Tyler streams when they were live. I feel like I'm slipping lately. Don't worry, like here's the thing, I'm only doing live streams, live shows on Monday. And then really like my goal, really what you'll be seeing more of me on is this pre-recorded content. Now, I'm going to try to do like these kind of pre-recorded videos, these pre-recorded type videos like once a week on the Draw and Talk channel. Really though, most of my time and attention is going to be building up this second channel that I have. Yeah, like that's like a lot of my like marketing aspects I've been building on and working towards this other YouTube channel. I think I'll tell you guys what it is maybe after I hit like 1,000 subs. The channel's already at I think like 400 subs. But I just really want to make sure that I get the right people watching that content on that new channel, letting the algorithm do what it's doing. Because yeah, like I was talking, Chris Moses, he's a creator and he's an indie creator, and he put out on his Twitter today, he's like, I need to get into the content creation game. And I told them, I was like, hey, like, here's some advice from, yours truly. If you're going to do content, make sure that you think about your target audience first. Because if you do what I did, the thing that I did was I immediately started getting into how-to content because it was easy. It's easy to talk about creators. It's easy to talk about stuff that you're doing, which is creating, kind of like what we're doing right now, talking about marketing and stuff. But that attracts mostly creators. And so what you really want to do is you want to create content that's going to attract readers. And that's definitely a strategy that you need to figure out. I finally figured it out, at least step 1. So I first need to execute on step 1, and then hopefully steps 2, 3, and 4 will manifest themselves to me. I have an idea what they will be, but first we have to prove that step 1 can work, and then after that we have to prove that step 2 can work. Also, I lost my voice like 2 days ago, and so like I'm like, you should have heard me yesterday. I was like talking like this. I was in New Orleans last week for business, and dude, I took the biggest dump. I had like the most painful poop. While I was there. The greatest pork chop, by the way, but the most painful poop. What's the chat saying? We got Ichthus in the house. Damn, dude, I don't know how you or Scott, the Flock Wilson, can write while you have people talk in the background. I honestly can't, man. I need to play N64 OST in the background. I can't write. Oh, wait, hold on. I think he's talking to Massive. Yeah, I can't, whatever. Yeah, Massive saying that he's writing a script issue while I'm talking. I'm the same Ichthus. Like, I cannot write when I'm when I hear like other words. It's impossible for me. I have to listen to some music. I like this chat. Place your guess on who the guest is that you want Kumbaya, or the beef will continue after this stream. Hopefully we just get Kumbaya. Got Mr. X in the house. We got Student OG. Hail chat. How you doing? We got Dakari the professor here. Bat Sauce. Poor Jamal. I hope the secret guest is who I think it's going to be. Sir Salty the Panda. Tyler got that bisexual lighting going on. I mean, hey guys, if we can hit Kumbaya, we can do the party lights, but until then, we're just gonna keep it. Let's keep it red. So the guy chinked it out. No, we're gonna send him the link right now. Actually, I just want to get in. I want to give them the time and space to actually talk, so we can talk. So I figured let me just get all my promo out of the way. Also, kind of cool thing. If you haven't gotten into gosh, what's it called? Global Comics yet? Like seriously, get into Global Comics because they just like got in with we have fucking 30 people watching. Jeez. We just got them into freaking DC. They're now like DC is now with Global Comics, which is huge. And so I've actually had a lot of people this week. Nope, we gotta go purple. I had a lot of people this week message me about using my promo code, and so I put the link in the chat. If you use that code, you get $30 off a Global Comic subscription. They got a ton of awesome stuff. They sponsor the channel. They sponsor me. I love Global Comics. I was literally reading a ton of Global Comics while I was out and about flying. And yeah, guys, I guess while we're here, there's 30 freaking people here, guys, go check out Super Plumber Sisters. All right, let me send the link over. Let me send the link over to our guest. Oh, by the way, real quick, let me give some context, okay? So what happened was this. The person that and once I show like these pieces of evidence, you'll be like, "Oh, I know exactly who this person is." When I we got Bancroft in the house. We got Caden Sketch, Della KR, how you doing? No, so a year ago, I went like I had an opinion about marketing, as I always do on Twitter. I quote retweeted someone, the worst thing you can do. And then this person, I think, got upset. I tried getting them on the show. They got mad, blah, blah, blah. They wouldn't come on the show, whatever. And then they drew a cartoon with me, kind of pissed me off. So I was like, yo, what the fuck? Try to go back and forth. We end up blocking each other. They blocked me. And then anyways, I forgot about their existence. Blocked me for a year. And then a week and a half ago, I get unblocked and I get tagged in this photo, tagged in this drawing. So you guys can guess who this is. This is so the person we're bringing on is Fresher Luke. And I'm not gonna lie, like this cartoon made me laugh. And by the way, all the cartoons that he has drawn since then have made me laugh. In fact, my wife has a library, has all of these on her phone, and these make her laugh. So the cartoons make her laugh. My thing is this. My thing that kind of pissed me off was it's like, okay, hey, there's a creator who had problems with me a year ago, had me blocked, and how they, I don't know, re-engaged with me is they draw cartoons about me, like, and I didn't know, like, I was just tagged, and I was like, okay, what the F is going on, what the crap, get a whole other cartoon. It's like, okay, what's going on, like, what is this, why are you doing this? So once again, why, like, what is this? Keep in mind, we think these are funny. I enjoy this, and I actually got the haircut to match it. Once again, there I am. Why is this happening? And so what it came down to is I reached out to Luke and I said, hey man, like, what's going on? Like, what's your end game? What's your plan? What's the thing that you want to get out of this? And they basically, he said, I want to come on your show. And I'm like, all right, I want to come on your show. And I was like, he's like, do you have the guts to bring me on? And I was like, yeah, you can, I was traveling. I had an upset stomach. So, yeah. So, but yeah, let's bring him on. Let me get everything set up. Yeah, guys, we're hoping for Kumbaya though. We are hoping for Kumbaya. All right, there's the link sent. This will be Kumbaya. Luke is pretty chill. I hope so. Does he know you have a wife and you're married to females and have kids? Yeah, I think he does. All right, guys, real quick. Let me figure this out on because I have to use StreamYard because guys, did you guys know that StreamYard like up their prices? Was anyone else like pissed off about the price hike with StreamYard? I thought that was nuts. Okay. And let's cut. All right. Luke, how you doing?
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Do you have the foie gras? I don't know what that means. All right, Luke. Let's just do this, man. Let's bring
Sure.
this. Let's bring this in. I reached out to you, and after all those cartoons, and was like, "What's up? What's the end game?" And then you said you wanted to do this over a stream. I didn't know why, but I figured I'd entertain it.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. So yeah, like the floor is yours, man.
Well, it'd probably be best if you prompt me with a question, because you sort of only told half the story there, I think.
All right. What was that? What was the end? What was your end game with like unblocking me after a year, and then starting it off with a bunch of cartoons?
Well, we have to go back to originally how it started when I first blocked you,
Okay.
which you did mention.
Okay.
So can you remember how it first started?
Yeah. You had a marketing tweet. I quote retweeted it. We went back and forth. I was gonna do a live show. You didn't like that. I invited you on the live show.
Oh, whoa. Let's just pump the brakes there.
Okay.
So from what I remember, it was a year ago. So obviously my memory is a little bit fuzzy. Yes, I did have a marketing question. We did do the back and forth, and then you wanted me to have me on your show, which is fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, depending on how you do your stream, if you represent me in an honest and fair way, then I'll come on the show. And I looked at the show, and the way you did it, I deemed was to be not fair and balanced at all. You kind of almost misrepresented me. You said that I wasn't doing much marketing on my Twitter for Forsaken Gods at the time. And that was one of the points. But the thing is if you had bothered to actually scroll down to the beginning of that year, around February, you would have seen that I had been tweeting every single day for people to go and support Forsaken Gods, and you didn't do that. You just kind of like scrolled up and down briefly and said, "Look, he hasn't done anything."
Okay.
So I guess that was point number one. I forget what the other points are.
Okay. So anyway, so we had the stream. I did
Yeah.
the stream. You felt like it wasn't fair, so you didn't come on, which is totally fair.
Correct.
Fair. Was that after that? Was that then the Common America cartoon?
Well, I think pretty much
With me
from
in
what
it,
I remember,
where I was like,
with you in it, and that was more like an overall. Because at that point, I was getting pretty frustrated with sort of the scene.
That was commentary on the indie scene.
More or less. I mean, obviously, we just had our exchange, and you were the first thing that came to mind because, look, I'm not saying you can't do what you're doing now, but a lot of your books, I would say, are quote-unquote titty books. And look, they sell. You're doing great. More power to you. I'm not saying you can't do it, but for me, that's just not something that I deem to be, I guess, long-lasting content that's going to be, revered years from now. But again, I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be. I don't care if it's not revered for years.
Well,
I'm not trying.
all right.
I'm not trying to make like a classic, personally.
Well, why not? Why aren't you trying to make a classic?
Because I think you don't make. I don't think people make classics. I think the audience deems it's a classic.
Like, well, that's a whole chicken and egg
but I don't
argument.
I think you create what you like, and if it
Sure.
resonates with enough people, then and I don't. I mean, besides, I think my Sexy Witch Academia, I don't think I make titty books personally. None of my other books have like
Yeah.
nudity or anything in the books.
I'm not saying. Look, when I say titty books, that's why I said quote unquote. I don't mean specifically
Just
that you're
like like female led books.
like buxom, women who are attractive. Not saying there's anything wrong with attractive women with main characters. Obviously, I'm the last person who should be saying anything about that with Bikini Cowboy. But I don't know. I just feel like we're kind of getting a little bit off the path here. But we'll
Anyways,
just
yeah. So you
briefly.
made the cartoon
Yeah.
with the Common America. Now keep in mind, I had at that time what had been canceled, was
Yes.
unemployed. So
Yes.
yeah, I was also filled with rage. So
Okay.
I see a cartoon and I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to like. I think I had several like emails to my newsletters, and even my YouTube saying like I'm ready to fight and like burn everything. Like so, I was in a fighting spirit. Okay.
Well, yeah, there you go. Well, I could sort of sense that, and I was also in a fighting spirit, and I was pretty sure that if we had done that then and there, it would have ended rather badly.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Am I still quiet, guys? Just let me know and I'll turn myself up. Okay. So and after that, you blocked me.
Correct.
So now we're here a year later.
Yes.
What changed?
Well, I was. So the sequence of events is that I was just sitting there, doing my thing that Fresh Luke does, staying fresh and all that other shit. I was thinking, what's Tyler doing?
What's Tyler? Let me know, guys, if I turn myself up loud enough. By the way, I turned myself up. All right. So a year later, you're asking what's Tyler doing? Okay.
Well, I was talking to Matt Krotz, and he was like, "Yeah, I was thinking the same thing around the same time."
All right.
And so I was like, I wonder what my old mate Tyler is up to. What's my little gnome doing these days? Is he flourishing? Is he hydrated? Is he in his lane? Is he feeling great? And you were, and that was great. And so I was like, Tyler still has the most amazing gnome-like head and face, and I was inspired to do so many things with it. I don't think you realize just how versatile your strange noggin is, Tyler.
It's pretty big.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's big. I mean, I draw it big because that's what I want to put emphasis on. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just. He obviously had a great reaction the last time I drew him, so obviously he's going to have an even better one this time. And so I was like, and I had like way more planned, but of course, what had happened, which is kind of ties into the reason I requested that you don't tag me or mention me in this stream or online, was that I've actually been being harassed since 2018 from an online stalker.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I don't want your apology or your pity. And so anyway, this guy's been making, it's whatever, but this guy has been making, sock account upon sock account upon sock account to constantly harass me, follow me all over the internet. Anyone I post or anyone I interact with on Twitter, he's instantly there. I've blocked him multiple times. He's created at least 17 sock accounts. And so
I know that feeling, guys.
Yeah, it sucks. And at one point I was just like, I'm just fucking sick and tired of this shit. And I've had some of my followers in the DMs sort of like checking on me and saying like, hey, is that motherfucker bothering you again? Because he constantly harasses them as well, and I don't like seeing that happen to my followers. I think they should be, being a fan of mine shouldn't be an ordeal, I think, and it just pisses me off to no end when shit like that happens. And so I kind of made the decision as soon as his latest sock account gets suspended yet again, I'm going to lock my account so that he can't, like, you know what I mean? Like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, because he is literally obsessed with me. Which is why when you said that I was obsessed with you, I really didn't like that.
Okay.
And some of the rhetoric you used, I really didn't like any of that as well. I don't think it was applicable, but we'll get into that later. But anyway, continuing on. So what had happened is that I had drawn the caricature, I had posted the caricature, that first one you showed, and then I tagged you, and then literally I think it was 30 minutes or maybe an hour after I did that, I saw that his sock account had been suspended. I was like, well, shit, now's the time to lock the account. But I followed you before I did it.
Okay.
And that's sort of the.
I mean, I had people message me telling me that.
Okay, so then why didn't you clear that up in the tweet?
Like,
why did you continue on with this facade that I'm obsessed with you and that I was attacking you?
well,
and all
no,
this
that
other
was
stuff
like, well,
that pissed me off.
Well, they told me like 3 days later.
Okay.
3
And
or 4 days later.
So why didn't you post a retraction or anything? Why didn't you clear it up?
I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know what's going on in your head.
Right, but it's. I mean, this is another thing. Like when this stuff happens with you and you don't try to like post retractions or clear things up and say, hey, I was wrong about this. It's actually this is a situation. You continue on with that. That like puts up red flags for me.
But I already have red flags. Like I wasn't trying to be a friend though.
Neither was I.
But like I wasn't trying to like make a friend with you. So when my last
Neither was I.
But okay, so then like don't be offended when I say like mentally ill creator Fresher Luke.
Yes, I am offended when you say that.
Unblocks me after almost a year to tag me in a cartoon he had drawn and then blocks me again. Yeah, the blocks me again thing. Yeah, I understand that was wrong, but I can still go like mentally ill creator Fresher Luke unblocks me after almost a year to tag me in a cartoon he had drawn. Like that's still a valid.
That is not valid at all. Calling me mentally ill is not valid at all, Tyler, and that's really me. That's really disingenuous.
Well, I
look. I gotta say this. I really don't appreciate you saying that because I'm not going to go into it in depth. But the shit I've gone through, and I'm doing really great now.
I'm glad.
I'm getting lots of sleep, and I'm doing wonderful, and I'm fine. So when you say stuff like that, I really think you are, as I said, being incredibly disingenuous, and I really don't appreciate that.
I like do this thing real quick, just like so I get the full gravity of words.
Sure.
I like to Google like the definitions. So like,
sorry, was disingenuous not?
No. I just like I know what it means, but then like I like to like Google the word so like I get like the full aspect of the meaning. So like not candid or sincere, typically by pretending that that one knows less about something. So like I wasn't like pretending, like I was being sincere when I said that. Now we can talk and I can have my mind changed, and I hope that by the end of the night, like my mind can be changed. Like you have to like, okay, see it from my side, Luke.
I'm trying really hard to do that, Tyler.
You get into I have been like, and like the feeling too. Like you've been like
sure.
blasted by people, friends, people in the community, blocked, sure. Gone for a year, comes back, and I see a cartoon of myself.
Correct.
And then I'm like, that like it wasn't even it wasn't even like a DM that's like, hey, like do you want to like talk? Do you want to hash it out? It was I went on my phone. It just said, I'll pull it up. I have
pull it up.
So like
yeah, look at this. Mwah, the piece de resistance.
So like when it says this is all I see. Tyler C. World, this and my last interaction with you, Luke, was
yes.
I was blocked and we like went back and forth. Like
correct.
So I'm like, okay, I don't know what this guy's intentions are, and if this is his way of like.
Clearly, my intentions were to troll you to death, Tyler, until you died.
I don't know. It could be. I mean,
I would kill you with trolling until you died of it.
Come on, dude. Like come on. Someone does this, you go, okay, what's he doing? All right, troll. Well, no, but troll, look, troll.
Here's the thing, Tyler. Let's go back to the start, though. All right. The way that you've sort of reacted, like to this drawing, like I'm confused. All right, maybe you can clear this up for me. Why are you so offended by this drawing?
I'm not offended. My wife like
Well,
literally changed this.
I know,
Changed her
I know. I heard
contact
the
to
preamble,
this.
but the way you act, it seems like you are offended by it.
Because it comes out of nowhere by a person.
Was I supposed to give you like 24 hours notice before I
No,
posted it? Is that what you're saying?
you could, but like, I don't know your intentions. Like, it could be just a troll
It's a
me. It
it's
could
a
be just
drawing.
it
What
could be
fucking intentions could I have?
it could be trolling, and maybe I don't like trolls. No one likes trolls, so it could be trolling. It
Well, I
could be
mean, if it's a
stalkerish.
troll,
It
it's a
could be
pretty innocent one.
behavior. And I agree, by the way, with Alazamat that he says, I hate to say it, but that drawing of Tyler is far more accurate than the thumbnail of his avatar he keeps using. I 100% agree. No, seriously, like my wife like is probably gonna get this printed.
Great. I hope
So-
you guys enjoyed it.
But regardless, it's like this didn't offend me. Like, it annoyed
that wasn't.
me.
Oh, so
It
annoyed
annoyed
is
me.
kind of offended. It's like a
it's
light
it's
offense.
annoyed because I was like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like,
I'm clearly drawing a caricature of you
why?
because I can.
Okay, but why? Like that's
I just answered the question. Why do men climb mountains?
you're saying because I can. It's like, but like, why? Why is that guy stalking you? Because he can. Do you like it? No, you don't.
No, he is stalking me because I criticized one of his stupid Zuma cartoons made by one of the people who want to inject what is it? Identity politics into kids' cartoons, and he didn't like the fact that I was calling it out. And that is markedly different from what I'm doing here, Tyler. So
what are
again,
what are you doing here?
I am drawing a caricature of you, Tyler.
Just because you can.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
All right, then like congrats. Like, don't get me wrong. No one's saying these are bad cartoons. Like,
Well, the way you're acting, it seems like they're bad cartoons.
no, because it's like,
well, your initial reaction, it seemed like they were bad.
because I'm like, what's this guy's intentions? Like, what does he want from me? Luke, you know what it's like to get attacked online.
Correct.
Okay, like, so when
But that's the other thing that I take issue with when you. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're
but
good.
That's the other thing that I take issue with, Tyler. Is why are you viewing these as attacks? These are pretty much very benign cartoons. If I look, here's the thing: if I'd drawn you like, I don't know, getting, oh god, like I don't like saying this because it's pretty horrible. Getting
Like
Jokered fully dude in the, you know what I'm
yes,
saying, right?
I get it.
Like if I would drawn that by a bunch of giant black guys with 6-inch members, then I could probably understand why you would have sort of that kind of rhetorical reaction to that. But I haven't done that. And so when you say things like you're being attacked, you use that rhetoric, and you say things like I'm mentally ill, and you say all those other things, and that I'm obsessed with you. It really puts up all my red flags. I'm like, what the heck is this guy's problem? Like, is he like? This is what I'm thinking.
Your
I'm
red
thinking,
flags?
This guy obvious. Wait, let me finish. This guy obviously has so much like self-importance, and he can't laugh at himself that he's going to look at that and say that I'm attacking him. Then clearly I'm just going to keep doing it until you lighten the fuck up.
My last interaction with you, Luke, was not good. So a year later, my next reaction with you is this.
Well,
the
my
second
last
interaction is this, and then this,
Yes,
and then
yes.
this. So when someone says, "I think he's obsessed," well, I don't draw I don't draw people. I don't draw 5 cartoons of people, and then to say I'm mentally ill, it's like I don't know what's going on. So like don't get me wrong, I'm not like,
Look at that drawing. That's beautiful.
you
Look
might
at-
not like, Luke, you might not be mentally
Look,
ill.
You got the thing that says SGT, which is silly goose time,
yes.
Tyler.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
But I like, you know, dude, you don't see how I can maybe go, okay, this guy's mentally ill and obsessed. Like, you're not seeing how I can.
No,
how I came to that
I'm really
conclusion.
not. I really don't understand how you could say that I'm mentally ill because I'm doing caricatures. If that's the case, every artist ever who has drawn a caricature, by your definition, is mentally ill.
But in my eyes, it's being done by someone who does not like me, who
Tyler
does not get along with the things I say. I get attacked all the time. So when something like this happens, I'm like, I'm getting attacked by someone. They don't like me.
Hold
They're
up.
being stalkerish, or they're obsessed and they're mentally ill.
So are you saying, because hang on a minute, let me see if I got this straight.
All right.
Are you saying that because you are a victim of online brigading and attacks, hold on,
Okay, I know where you're going with this.
that you are having a knee? No, you don't. You are having a knee-jerk reaction when the minute somebody draws a benign cartoon of you. Like,
When it's
just
you,
just
yes.
look at the drawing though.
Luke,
You
you are
you cannot hold up. Let me finish. Look at this drawing and tell me what in that is so offensive to you that you feel like you're being personally attacked.
It's not the drawing, Luke. It's who drew it. Okay?
What the fuck are we talking about then?
It's not it's not the drawing, okay? We like the drawing. We like the drawing. We like the drawings.
So you like the drawing, you just don't like the guy who's drawing
It's
it?
the guy who's drawing it. It's like, okay, if
Oh
this was
my
like anyone
God.
else, if Matt C did this drawing, Luke, I'd be like, oh, that's cool because Matt and I consider Matt a friend. If this was like anyone else, if this
Oh my
was
God.
like Delicate Art and she drew this, I'd be like, yeah, that's funny. Or Mrs. H or any of the people that I surround myself with, or Nicholas Mueller, I'd be like, oh, snaps, like they're just drawing these cartoons and it's funny. But when it's you, a person who left a bad taste in my mouth, who blocked me, it's like, okay. And the last thing that you did before you blocked me is you drew a cartoon of me. It's like, okay. Do you not get that? Are you trolling?
No,
Are you trying to troll
get,
right now?
no, I'm not trolling. I get what you're saying, and my criticism of you is that you need to get over yourself.
I need to get, dude. I need because of what?
Just because of a few little jabs. Look, I understand that you've been brigaded, you've been cancelled, and I'm very sorry that happened to you. But Tyler, I'm going to use your own words that you said about me back on that stream, which left a bad taste in my mouth.
All right.
And that is that you need to get the fuck over it.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I can get over all the other stuff. Dude, I forgot that you even existed until you tagged me in that tweet.
And I forgot even you existed until I realized, what is that funny little gnome doing
And you fucking
today?
came back, and you came back with boom, 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 boom.
Yes, you should be feeling complimented, motherfucker. Holy shit.
I thought you told me to have some humility. Like, dude.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
So all right, so ultimately, like Bancroft says, why did you draw all these characters, Luke?
I think I've already answered that question.
I think he missed it though.
Because I can, Bancroft.
I mean,
because I can.
Once Alazamet says, I want to learn about how Tyler has the chat on the stream. That's a great way to immortalize the chat. Yeah, man. Like you guys are here.
Well, yeah, no, that's OBS.
Yeah, man. OBS on here. Since that,
I haven't used. By the way, sorry, I just got a quick question. I haven't used StreamYard in a while. Like, what's going on with
it's
that?
not free anymore, and like it's like $400 now to use.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's nuts.
Wow. Well, go ahead. Good time for me to not do any streaming anymore.
Huncho Joshy, how you say I forgot about you and then make 5 drawings tagging them? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, as I said before, Tyler has this really unique, bizarre kind of dome.
I do.
And I don't know. He's what I call a gnome dome.
A gnome dome.
And like some of the other ones that I had planned out was what was one of them? I know for one.
Why do you have things planned, dude?
Because I do my due diligence, Tyler. That's just how I am as an artist. And so anyway, the one that I had planned was. It was going to be multiples of Tyler, but as Japanese schoolgirls, like taking selfies and shit. And I was like, yeah, that's a really good one. And there was going to be, I had some others, but I've kind of like drawing a blank on most of them. I think another one was going to be like, oh yeah, that was the other one. It was going to be Tyler as like kind of like this matador, and he's like fighting against this like really overweight like goose with like the cape and everything. And yeah, there was gonna be a whole series of them.
Bat sauce. I didn't like when I was stalked. Let me act like a complete stalker to this other guy. Caden Sketch.
Oh my god, your chat needs to lighten the fuck up.
Caden Sketch. Because I can is a non-answer. Luke had 8 points.
That is not a non-answer.
That is forgot about. Okay, everyone in the chat, please draw at least one portrait of your boy Tyler. Make sure you get the forehead though.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
see, the forehead is the key in making sure it all kind of ties together, I found.
did Tyler let Luke know he's not into men? Um,
Who said that?
uh, I can't say his name.
You can't say his name, or you won't say his name.
I mean, it's right here.
Size rest tribix.
Yes.
It's like Mizlipicotic or something. I don't know.
Okay, so ultimately, okay, like what is like so what do you want out of all of this? Like that's a big thing for me. It's like
You know, to make people. Well, I mean, what does every artist who draws caricatures of someone?
I mean, you want me to appreciate them? I do.
Well, I mean, it's it's to bring joy into a joyless world and maybe light a fire into the infinite darkness of the void that is our existence.
We can do that.
Yeah.
We can have fun. Like,
Well, it didn't seem like that at the start.
you understand why though, right?
That's debatable, but we've kind of I feel like we've kind of covered that ground already.
We've covered that.
Yeah.
So we can let the chat decide
Well,
their feelings on that.
I mean, I feel like the chat right now is a mixed bag.
Just because they're not on your side doesn't mean it's a mixed bag.
Well, here's the other thing, and we can talk about this if you're interested. Like, I mean, I'm kind of really, again, I'm not saying you can't do what you're doing, Tyler. You're obviously really good at it. You got 7K followers right now. You're doing campaigns that are really successful, and that's really awesome. I'm really happy for you. But it's a grind, and it's kind of like part of this whole influencer economy that I just really don't agree with. And it's sort of making people as brands rather than brands as brands, if you get what I'm saying.
But that's the world we live in. Like there's
True.
There's building a brand off of the product, or there's what they call like founder-led brands.
Yeah. But the problem with founder-led brands is that humans are fallible. And it seems like, especially with everything we're seeing in the news with like Mr. Beast and all these other people, is like eventually people hold you to such an impossibly high standard that you are bound to, even the smallest mistake, you're bound to get massive backlash, and it ends up damaging you in the long run.
But potentially, I mean, it just depends on what you're doing, or you just don't apologize. Look at Elon Musk; he doesn't apologize.
Well, I mean, but I think in his case, he's got fuck you money because he is a billionaire.
But like, I mean, I've been canceled. I lost my publishing deal. I didn't apologize, and I was fine.
Well, that's good.
But like, that's the thing. That's just like that's everyone. Like that's what creators are hating right now. Creators are hating marketing.
Yeah, I mean, but that's because marketing is like, it seems to me, it's such a. I mean, like that, it's so crazy because it's like, yes, there's more tools now than ever to do really effective marketing. But at the same time, it's like it is infinitely more expansive and infinitely more better, or at least broad, and maybe not infinitely. That's probably the wrong word. It also is exponentially more difficult as well because it is kind of like this new grind, and you're, like, again, I'm not criticizing what you're doing, but it begs the question, like, what are you making? You know what I mean? Like when you put out a video every day, like to me, it just seems like you're just making stuff that's going to be thrown onto the garbage heap of history. You know what I'm saying?
But like, I think that's actually the best part. I think that's like the best part about the world we live in is that like you can make money and a living off of just a small sample size of human beings. I mean, it doesn't have to. Who cares if it doesn't change the world, if it doesn't become?
I'm not. No, I think maybe you misunderstood what I said.
Okay.
I'm not. All right. I don't know what the heck that answer was. You've confused me again.
I've confused you. Crap. Now I'm trying to remember what I said. No, I'm saying
you don't even remember what you just said.
You can, I'm trying to read the chat as well.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, that's the other thing.
You don't have to change the world with what you're putting out. You can make a living off of a small group of people and do just fine. If you're able to like successfully build that up, like look at like look at someone look at the iconic guys, like look at the Common America guys. They have literally like 2,000 to 3,000 fans who buy their books on Kickstarter, others on the online store and Amazon. But if you just look at the Kickstarter, like 3,000 fans is able to bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars that can both go to both of those creators. When you combine all of their campaigns every year, they probably make $500,000. Like there's no way. Like I worked at a book publisher. Like you sell 3,000 copies, you're making maybe $2,000. And so that's just standard. You getting like $1 per book.
Wait, how does that math work out? If you sell 3,000, you only make $2,000.
2 or 3, like, because it depends on the distribution. Like if you sell it to one store, you might get $1 per book. If you sell it to another store, you might only get like 50 cents royalty per book.
Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense.
It just depends on the deal because the publisher's got to recoup their costs. When they sell the
book, you're talking about it through the context of doing it through a publisher.
Yes, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If you go with if you work with a publisher, like, and you sell only 3,000 copies, like you are absolutely not making any money. Whereas if you can do it indie and you sell 2,000 to 3,000 copies, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars. And like, that's the beauty, I think, of the internet and marketing, is that you don't need that many people. Like 2,000-3,000 people is a lot of people, but
that is a pretty good number.
But it's in the spectrum of the world, and in publishing, those are actually very small numbers, and you can still make a living off of it. That's the cool thing about it.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you in that regard. I just again, like breaking that down, like with the iconic guys, like what kind of books are they selling? Would you say that they're somewhat similar in content to yours?
No, there's a way better than mine.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking in regards to quality. I'm talking in regards to content, Tyler.
I don't know, like.
Well, what's the main seller is what? Common America.
Common America.
Right?
Yeah.
And what does Common America feature?
Females.
Correct. And are these
superheroes? They're superheroes.
And how well dressed are these females?
They wear skirts, dude. Like they dress like Wonder. They dress like Wonder Woman.
They didn't always dress like Wonder Woman.
Dude, they wear like
which era
or Ms. Marvel closely.
Well, it comes back to what I'm trying to get at is it comes back to my original thing of like, you're kind of selling quote unquote titty books,
but it's not a titty book. A titty book, that's not a titty book. It's a
what would you call it?
A female-led hero, superhero book.
A scantily clad. How about a scantily clad book?
Scantily
you around clad? That
dude, come on. Common America is not scantily clad. Are you kidding me?
Not with some of the artwork I've been looking at.
Common America, dude, come on. Like that's
no, but the point is that obviously there's obviously an audience for it. I'm not saying that they can't do it either, but it really, when you kind of make books that hinge on this kind of one facet, it really just seems like lowest common denominator. Look at her tits; they're so huge. Oh my god.
Dude, this is like a typical superhero book. Like, yeah, that cover right there is pretty, like,
I see what I'm talking about. Look at that. Yeah,
that's not bad. Come on, that's a skirt, dude. Don't be gay. That's a skirt.
Hey, don't kink shame me.
That's dude. This is basic shit for superhero comics. Like this
but
is.
I would say for content that would be similar to what you do, right?
Mild. I definitely do.
You
worse
call
with
that mild?
I do way worse with my covers.
Oh, so you do admit it then?
But my covers, not the insides of my books. Like this is what the insides of my books. This is how they're dressed. They're dressed in overalls.
Well, okay. Well, here's a question for you, Tyler.
Yeah.
So, what is the story of Super Plumber Sisters?
Super Plumber Sisters is the story of Mario and Lucia as they battle the Dino King and his hordes as they try to find their friend Alfredo. It's also that's the A level. That's the A story, just like the surface
The
level.
yay level.
That's the A story. The B story is about two sisters who are trying to figure out how to work with each other alongside their cousins who they've had an emotional rivalry with. And we're gonna see how these two families come together.
And then they'll resolve their differences by making out with each other or something.
No. There's no sex or any of that stuff in there.
I didn't say sex. I just said they're making out with each
There's
other.
no making out in this book. This is a PG-13 book. They fight. Like, this isn't a titty book at all.
All right, maybe titty book is probably the wrong term, but you get
Yes.
what I'm trying to say.
You're just mad that people are making
I'm not mad. I've said it multiple times.
upset.
No. Because obviously, there's obviously still friction between us. But when I look at Super Plum Sisters, it seems incredibly derivative, is what I'm getting at.
But okay, hold on. It is 100% derivative.
All right.
But it's made to be like that. Okay, let's go to here then. You have witches.
God.
You have witches. Like,
this is worse than Super Plum Sisters. What the fuck?
It's witches, dude. They go to a magic school, like a bunch of other freaking stories. Okay, is this derivative? Like,
yes.
Is this?
But it's like lowest common denominator derivative.
Lowest common, and explain that, by the way.
Look, when I say lowest common denominator, essentially the formula you are following ad hominem is like, here's a property, like whatever, like let's say Harry Potter, or Little Witch Academia. Here's Little Witch Academia. Let's just put some anime chicks in there, give them huge tits, and there we go. Bada boom, bada bing. You sold 1 million copies.
So you're saying that because people can go, oh, like it's like these 3 series combined into one, like it's not an original work. Like yours are 100% original works.
I never said that mine were 100% original works, but I just think like
this is what's derivative about this is my main series, the one that I personally work
I
on.
Never said that the girl with the megafist was derivative. Okay. I think this is probably the best one you've done. But people have criticized this series, saying that she does kind of look a little bit like Samus, but I'm just like, so fucking what?
Just the blonde girl with a freaking ponytail.
Exactly.
But here's the thing though, it's like whenever I hear these discussions from people though of oh, like they're female led books or they're titty books, it just all it is like
well go ahead.
It just sounds like these creators are upset because if they were to put their book on Kickstarter, it's not going to do well. And by you saying you're hitting the lowest common denominator, it's like, no, I'm hitting a certain fan base that wants this stuff, that wants a book like this, that they can't get at a comic book store.
I mean, that's a sound argument.
So that's my thing. I get it. I've got stories that I want to make this, but I know if I were to spend X amount of time and money to make this book, and if I threw it up on Kickstarter, I know it'd barely make maybe $1,000. I know that. So I choose to not make that story as a business decision. Even though I love that story, I want to make that story.
Well, this comes back to what we originally talked about, which is like, why don't you want to make classics?
No, okay, but why? Who's saying that? Why? I don't believe that you make classics. I believe that you make a book, and then enough people go, "Wow, that was really good," and it becomes a classic.
Okay, but then why would they say, "Wow, that was really good"?
Because they enjoyed it.
And why did they enjoy it?
Because they enjoyed it. People.
No. Why did they enjoy it?
Because they enjoyed it.
That's not the answer.
What's the answer, Luke?
The reason why people enjoy comic books is because it has really good story.
Okay, but I take that as subjective because people told me that I should read the Sandman because it is a classic, and I read the first 2 issues, and I was like, this is absolute dog shit. I hate this.
Sure, but that's coming down to personal taste.
But you see what I mean? It's not a classic to me. I think Lord of the Rings. I think Lord of the Rings sucks, as a book.
Well, I
But
mean, again, that's your take on it,
here's
Tyler.
the thing,
Everyone
like
has different tastes.
you're right, but that's the thing is like just because the books don't really resonate with me doesn't mean that the story doesn't, or I don't like the movies.
But
Um,
why does Lord of the Rings resonate with so many people, Tyler?
because they enjoy it and it's a well written story.
No, that is so well, yes, but why is it a well-written story?
Because the creator really believes in the story. Creator really
No,
believe.
he well, that's part of the answer, but it's because those kinds of stories, like Lord of the Rings and The Sandman, they speak to a deeper part of our humanity.
Okay, okay, this is great because you're judging these books like Common America or Super Plumber Sisters as if they don't do those because you're looking at a super surface level. Like I told you, that's why I have the A story and the B story. The B story of Super Plumber Sisters is a story about two siblings. Everyone, like so many people, can relate to sibling rivalry, not getting along with family, and having to come together for family.
Sure.
Okay, like so, like the thing is, like you're looking at that and going, "Oh, look, like there's boobs on there, so it can't be a
But
great
that's but
story."
that's the thing, Tyler. It's like if I'm a customer who wants to read a really good story and I see Super Plumber Sisters on the racks, I'm going to pass that thing over because, again, you're right. It is judging the thing by surface level,
That's
but
comics,
that's
man.
that's how that exactly that's comics. And so, sure, you might get the gooners who are going to be like, "Oh, sweet, cute girls. I can fap to this later." I'm not saying they would, but just for whatever reasons. But like if they want a deeper experience, I would argue that they won't find that in Super Plumber Sisters.
Here's another thing, though. Like, does all entertainment though need to be classics? Why can't a creator just make something that was like, yeah, that was really fun, and I escaped for a couple hours. Now I'm done.
Sure. I
Like,
mean that
like
I'm loving your chat right now. They're just being so nice to me.
I mean, like I actually haven't seen most of these
It's
people
like
before,
we're
so
trying to have a deep philosophical debate here, and they're just like, "Oh man, this Luke guy's a dickhead."
hey, listen, like I'm not going to judge the chat on their opinions. I mean, I don't even know a lot of these people, so like, welcome to the chat, everyone. I appreciate you guys here.
Yeah,
Um,
I think some of these are my followers, and I think we obviously have mutual
which
followers
is
as well.
which is great. I just think
Yeah, that's fine.
like with the girl with the mega fist, like I tried, like that would be my quote unquote. That would be like that would be my deepest story
Okay.
that I'm writing, and that's why I put out 200-page volumes each time, and I have a really long story that I want to tell with a particular like emphasis on stuff. Whereas with Super Plumber Sister, I'm like, all right, here's the base message I want to get at.
Hmm.
Make a fun story. Bullet Assassin, here's a base message I want to get at. Put out a story. My,
Okay.
my sexy like all my like mini series. Here's a base message. Put out a fun story. I just don't think creators. I think creators get so upset, like, oh, I'm trying to make a classic. It's like you don't make a classic. Just make something that you really
Sure.
enjoy.
I mean, you obviously keep repeating that point, and I understand why you're repeating that point. And I kind of half agree with you. You shouldn't set out to try to make a classic, but you should try to set out to make the best possible work that you can.
But you can do that though. Like I could say I'm putting out the best possible work I can with Super Plumber Sisters.
See, I don't think you are.
You don't think, and for what reasons?
Well, for the reasons you just gave me. I mean, you got the girl with the mega fist, and you're saying you're putting out 200-page like volumes of that thing. You obviously believe in it.
I believe in these. I believe in these other stories too. They just don't need to be. But they don't need to be 200. Like Super Plumber Sisters does not need to be.
I
A
mean, yeah,
17
if you
volume
just want to make
series.
light fluff, that's fine, man. Go ahead. Again, as I said, you're allowed to do these things. We still currently live in a free country, at least for the next 2 weeks.
Uh huh.
But, I don't know. I guess I don't know. And it comes back to when I did that caricature, the first drawing with USTA that had you in it. Like, I guess I'm just lamenting the fact that like the indie sphere, and I kind of see it around, and maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong or I'm right. A lot of people in the indie sphere are kind of like wondering like why no one's really taking them seriously, and I think you know, again, I'm using this term, kind of going for this, always going for this lowest common denominator rather than a good story with meaning is not the best way to sort of, you know what I mean, like change hearts and minds and have people think, hey, this is like something that has some substance to it. But again, that's just me, and I'm sure the chat's like grilling me right now. So for
But
that
also
opinion.
what are the metrics of that? I mean, you see a lot of there are a ton of campaigns that are doing 50, 60, $100,000, and like they're being quote unquote like, I don't know, like what does taken seriously mean though? Like
True, yeah. I mean, again, this is kind of like one of those big questions, like why a good story is important. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like though the reason why you have these feelings, and like you can correct me if I'm wrong, is you still have some, because you worked in the mainstream, Luke. Like you worked on
Correct.
like you have a IMDb. You've worked on some of the biggest shows. So like there's a part of me that's like thinks you still are, I'm gonna use the word wrong, like altruistic about the mainstream and like certain like standards that like must be achieved to be considered like taken
Well,
seriously. Whereas like for me, I've been like stay indie, be indie, do whatever you want, build a following off of whatever you want, and that can resonate with people.
sure.
And it could be absolute dog shit, but if you can get 10,000 people to read your dog shit and you make money and they love that dog shit, then to you it's like, yo, that's dog shit, that would never hold up in the mainstream. It's like, yeah, but this is the
No,
internet,
no,
it
no, no,
can hold
no.
up.
Hold on. No, you're getting me wrong. I'm
Okay,
not.
okay.
Like, the mainstream can fucking eat shit and die. All right. Like they've lost the plot a long time ago. Like they've virtue signaled themselves into oblivion, and I hope they crash and burn.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, when you make that book that's dog shit, and it sells 10,000 copies, you've set the precedent, and then it becomes a race to the bottom.
Maybe, or you get better, or maybe it gets better, or like,
But you didn't hear what I just said. When you make that book that's dog shit and it sells 10,000 copies,
okay,
you have set the precedent. Do you understand what I'm
like,
saying?
no, explain it.
You have set the bar. That is what people will now expect. They will expect dog shit.
From you or the indie comics?
Well, like, all right, let me explain it. Like, one bad apple spoils the bunch, right?
Okay.
What about 5 bad apples?
Okay.
What about 10 bad apples?
Okay. Like, I agree. There.
Because here's the thing. We as humans, we mimic each other, right? So when one human sees another human do something that's really successful, they go, "Oh, that's really successful. I'm going to try and do that and see if I can be successful as well." And that's what I mean when I say you set the precedent. And that's kind of the crux of my argument. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I say it's a race to the bottom, because then the next person comes along, they sees those two people who are successful, they go, I wonder how I can out crap them and, hopefully try and, outdo them in some way. It's just human nature. And so what I'm kind of arguing is that, if we want to try and elevate the indie sphere and beat the mainstream at kick their asses, and it's relatively easy because they're not getting, they're kind of falling into the same trap of what I'm talking about. Like they're just it's turning into an Ouroboros of their own bullshit. Then we have to try and aim for something higher and try and deliver it well, and then we can spam. I guess what I'm saying is we should probably try spamming upwards rather than downwards.
I think the only thing I disagree with though is that you keep saying the words "we" and like.
Well, when I say we, I mean the indie sphere.
No, but no, that's the thing. Like, not you and me, but like we as the indie sphere. Like, it's this collective.
Well,
In that,
I mean,
I don't think it's a collective or a movement that's gonna be like, oh, like now there's this Iron Age thing over here, this Comicsgate thing. I think with the internet, it is going to be like, hey, I like this person over here. Hey, I like this person over here, and they're gonna go, this is the indie scene, but it can be broken up. Like just because you know Brandon Chen has 1 million followers on TikTok, and then I hang out with him and I talk with him, doesn't mean that those people are gonna go over to come over to me. I have to build my own rapport.
But wait, if he features on you in a video, then some of them will, though, won't they? That's the crossover effect, right?
True, but if he wants to do that, though, like what if he doesn't want to ever bring me on a video? or like
Well, then he's obviously missing out on a great comedy show of your Gnome Dome. So
fair, but but you see what I mean? I think it's like the problem with the indie community is everyone thinks it's very transactional. It's like, no, you really just got to build up your own stuff,
sure.
build up your own thing.
But the flaw with that argument, Tyler, is that even if we were to build up our own thing, there is going to be cross pollination just because of the nature of everything that is now because of the internet.
But that's fine if there's cross pollination. But like, just because, like, let's say I'm able to hit a shit ton of followers, and like, it doesn't mean that I'm obligated now to go, okay, now that I have hundreds of thousands of followers, I should now bring you on to my show and promote you, and let's make some company. Like, even though you guys have no followers, you guys haven't done anything, but I have, so like, let me, like, I don't like, that's where I'm seeing it is, you don't, I think the indie scene is going to be, you're going to see a bunch of creators with individual successes, individual growth, and then they're going to either bring on, they're either going to form a company, or they're just going to stay solo, be solo, grow solo, and that will be
Sure.
the indie scene. And I think that's probably the smartest thing probably for a lot of people will be just to stay solo, and whatnot, and not like,
So stay isolated, in other words.
yeah, essentially.
Well, doesn't that kind of defeat the point of social media, though?
No, because you can be no, because you're connecting with the readers and the fans. You don't have to, doesn't mean you have to connect with other creators. You're still connecting with people, just not, you don't have to connect with other creators. I mean, obviously, like, people want to, I enjoy doing it, but
Sure.
sometimes it comes at a cost.
It does, and that's kind of like my big concern is that there's a cost with everything now, and it seems like the costs are increasing exponentially.
They are, but I think it's because there's people who aren't willing to move forward with the times, and they're still held back by their own selves and their biases.
Sure.
Like, I don't want to market my book. I shouldn't have to. Well, like, that was
Well,
old news 10 years ago.
Absolutely. But the other thing is, for an artist, marketing is incredibly hard. Like, well, in my instance, I find it incredibly hard and difficult because most people like yourself have probably like $10 worth of mental power, and that means you can spend $1 here, $1 here, maybe spend $5 on something else. Whereas guys like me have probably like $5 worth of mental power, and we kind of have to put all of that into making sure our books look good, and we've got nothing left over for anything else. Because I've done it. I've tried to do the marketing grind, and it's absolutely it's devastating. And the fact that you've managed to do it for as much as you have, and you have the following you have, is a testament to your grit, I would say.
My grit. I do have grit. I'm just tired. I'm just forever tired. That's really,
yeah. Well, that's like I've been forever tired, and I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
Matt C says that somehow I feel like we've gone backwards. Since
I'm sure we have.
I don't know.
Sure
I just think a lot of creators are scared of technology. Like, Luke, would you ever use AI to help you in your business or marketing? Not with art, not with writing, just business and marketing aspects.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't like Dark Tyler. Let's get back to Silly Goose 2021, Tyler. I'm having a Silly Goose time. I'm actually enjoying this conversation.
Bring up the Silly Goose drawing.
I am having a good
we'll bring it back
with this conversation.
Are you gonna, no, the other one, the one where you're in the pink thing and the tidy whities. Yeah. So here, this is I really wanted to bring forth sort of more masculine energy in this piece. Anyways.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't like Dark Tyler. Let's go back to, no, I'm not Dark Tyler right now. I'm tired, Tyler.
Yeah.
Because I'm just tired, Tyler. Tony, crying about how difficult marketing is doesn't mean you should resent people who have the grit to get it done.
Is he saying that I'm resenting you for your grit?
Maybe not me particularly, but like resenting others who are doing it. Like you have problems with the Common America guys, I know.
Well, I mean, yes and no, but it's trivial, so whatever.
Matt, see, Tyler's been beaten around for too long. He's forgotten what a hug feels like. That's true. That is true.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
I don't like I have a lot of beef with like a ton of creators. Like not
Oh, a
even
hug. A hug.
a
I thought he said
hug.
a I thought he said a huck. And I was like, what
No,
the hell
no,
is he
a
saying?
hug. No, a hug. No, I after like 10 years of being in this indie community, the fact that I still know a ton of creators who came up with me 10 years ago and they're still like begging to get on people's live shows and like struggling with their
Mm,
marketing and still complaining about it. I'm like,
mm.
you've had fucking 10 years
Yeah.
to do this and figure this out, and you're actively choosing not to do this. So like I have very little like sympathy
No,
for creators.
I feel that. I mean, look, it's not everyone can do it. It's definitely a
But
certain skill set.
but that's actually one of the I think that was one of the things that like upset me about your post, if I remember right. Maybe I not. It was someone else's post.
Well, I mean,
Like I
if you
didn't.
want, you can bring up the post.
You'd have to send me the link. I tried searching
I
for it.
don't I don't know where that post is, dude. I
Okay,
don't go through the.
I couldn't find it. I actively looked for it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is that like I had to like marketing is a skill set, but like it's like something that I had to learn on my own. I didn't go to school for. I went to school for writing
Mm.
and like journalism. I fell into marketing by accident, and then
You were just like walking along and you slipped on a banana peel.
no,
And
I
you
was
just started
working
doing
at
marketing?
like Old Navy, like folding clothes,
Whoa.
and my friend's dad, they're like millionaires, was like, hey, we have like this energy drink, how would you market this, Tyler? And I just gave him like 2 or 3 ideas. He went, sweet, do you want a job? And I said
Oh,
yes. And then they didn't have me do anything for 9 months, so I
right?
just sat there watching like YouTube videos on marketing to learn how to do it. And then I bullshitted my way to another marketing job and was like, oh, I know how to do all of this stuff, even though I had only like watched it on YouTube,
Yeah.
applied some of it. And then after 9 months there, I bullshitted my way into working at that book publisher. And then that's when like I was able to like actually do marketing and like it actually to work.
Mm.
And now like I run a marketing company. But like I get, so my point is like it's 100% teachable. Marketing is 100% teachable if someone wants to
Isn't
do
it just you just go on YouTube and you spam the fuck out of it?
No,
No, that's not it. There's like it's a fine art.
it's a fine art that can
Okay.
be learned. And
All right. Well, you should probably I don't know, do a video posting up links to particular videos unless you've already done that.
I don't know,
Like the videos you looked at
but they're
that you
old.
just
But they're old now. Like they wouldn't work. Like those old videos wouldn't work anymore
Oh, okay.
because the times have changed. Like now, like everything's about like how to use AI and for your marketing.
Well, I mean, yeah, if they can get an AI agent who knows exactly how to do marketing and it would only cost like $2,000, I'd buy that thing in a second.
But you can train. You can do that. You can train an AI agent to become you and do marketing.
That's a different can of worms.
Seriously, you could have it like you could create an AI version of yourself and then like be in a different state, be in a different like country, but like film your have it like film film a YouTube video of you in your home, and it's saying all the stuff you can say. Like
That sounds terrible.
it's not.
I
It's awesome.
I would rather have it where it's like in that movie Her,
Or
where you just talk on the phone to
you can do that too.
to the semi. No, it's not quite there yet. But you just talk to the semi-autonomous AI. You say, hey, I'm putting out a book. Can you just set up like a marketing thing straight up away, and it's launching on this date, and we'll have like 3 months lead in to build up the hype, and then that'll launch, and then yada yada yada.
It can. It can 100% do that.
No, it cannot.
It 100% can.
I've tested it. It can't do it.
It absolutely can.
No, you're lying, Tyler.
You can. You can automate.
No, wrong.
You
It
can
can't.
automate
Like
everything.
it's not even rudimentary AI. Okay, it's like it's VI. It's virtual intelligence. It's intelligent. It is intelligence that's pretending, or it's a facade pretending to be intelligent, but it's just speech algorithm. That's all it is.
Yeah, you can do some crazy stuff. I've seen it and I've done it. But yeah, I mean, but like it's stuff that people have to like learn. They have to like give it a shot. They have to like try it out. Like Google just came out with a new like AI that lets you go like tell me like teach me about this topic. You can send them like send the AI like a link, say like read this entire page. Like you could send them a Wikipedia page and just go like read this information, and then like it'll then create a podcast using AI voices that you can just
Oh,
listen
you're
to.
talking about Google Notebook or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck it's
yeah.
called.
I just
No,
heard about it like before the stream. I was gonna check it out.
yeah.
Afterwards.
No, that's when did I find out about? I think that was like a couple of weeks ago. But again, it's I mean, sure. Again, I'm still gonna. It's not there yet. I'm gonna say that personally. I don't
fair.
think it's there yet. It's. I think it's a facade. Like it look. Don't get me wrong. It looks impressive, but I think underneath the hood, there's not really much going on underneath there. Like I think as time progresses, it will get more sophisticated, and I think they're saying AGI is going to be like either next year or the year after if we survive nuclear war with China. But I don't think it's quite there yet.
That's fair. I would like you should check out like you could if you don't like content, Luke, you could you could
Yeah, I agree with Matt. No one wants AI, Luke.
you could
What the
AI
fuck?
you could AI your voice, and then all you have to do is like type up your script and then boom.
There is so much wrong with that. Like, there's a reason why I don't show my face, and it's because of deep fakes.
There you go. This is from, by the way, this is from Matt Krotz, everyone. This is Dark Tyler.
Oh, that's not dark. That's purely angelic.
But he's got the shadow from my eyes because I told
See,
him.
he totally needs to put like some sunglasses on that thing. Then maybe he could sell it as Dark
There's
Tyler.
Dark Tyler. But yeah, no one wants AI Luke. It will get there eventually. They're not good, but like ultimately, like, or you know what, just use AI to learn marketing. Like I sit down and like it sounds like morbid, but I'll sit down and I'll just go like I'll just have like a full on like 2 hour conversation with like Chat GPT to like ask it questions and going back and forth to like figure out like what I should do like the next steps for like my business in like marketing.
I think you're rolling the dice with that, Tyler.
I'm not.
Well, I've talked to ChatGPT and it constantly forgets things.
I have. Well, I mean, like I have like the paid. I have like the paid versions of all these.
Yeah,
AI.
I did the paid version too.
It work like, but the thing is, it works. Like
if you want, if you want a better model, go to Claude AI. That's
Claude's good.
Better.
My favorite personally is Perplexity because it'll give you the link.
Oh, Perplexity.
To Perplexity.ai because it'll actually tell you the links where it took its sources from.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, do Perplexity AI because you can ask it a question and it'll show you the 10 different links it used, YouTube videos, and like blog posts to get you the answers it did. But I don't ever use it for writing or art. I definitely don't like it for that.
No, I mean, we're getting into scary times. I feel like people are gonna appreciate stuff made by actual humans more.
That's actually that I've been saying that. I think that's the exciting part about AI is that you as an artist can now 100% stand out even more because you're gonna have a style that people can look at, resonate with.
Well, actually, now that you said that, I rescind my opinion, and now I'm going to go the opposite direction.
It's fair. You can do that.
It's again because it goes back to original argument we had where it's going towards the lowest common denominator.
What do you mean by that though? What do you mean by like the lowest common denominator?
The lowest hanging fruit, like the easiest fucking thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
But is it the easiest thing to do?
Yes, anyone. Look, I'm not criticizing you personally, Tyler, or the Common America guys. Again, I'm very happy that you guys are killing it and you're doing great and you're successful. But again, my opinion, I think it is super easy to go, oh, Super Mario Brothers, let's make them cute anime girls and have them just fight shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
How much more clearly do you want me to explain that?
I don't agree with that.
Well, but so you do know what I'm saying, then you're just you're being purposely obtuse.
Like, if it was so easy, like I see so many Kickstarters on on comics that are trying to do like, oh, like let me jump in and do like a sexy titty book, and they like
See,
they
you
don't
called it a
fund.
titty book.
No,
You
like I'm
called it
talking
a
about
titty
like
book.
straight up just like sex pornography, and they can't at all fund. Like I've seen several just not fun, and like this is what like when I say a titty book, like
So it has to be like safe horny, basically, is what you're saying.
I don't. Well, I've seen those like fail as well. Like I think there's more to just. There's more than just, oh, I'm gonna put boobs on the book. I think there's definitely like other aspects where you have to like have a good one. You have to have a good concept. You have to have a good concept, and you have to like. I don't think boobs or a girl is gonna like help you.
Well, then, but so then,
Otherwise, everyone would do it.
so then my argument has validity, then, doesn't it? From what you just said.
In what way?
Well, you said it has to have a good concept, but I would argue that Super Plumber Sisters isn't the most original concept out there.
But it's a concept. But the concept has to resonate with people. It has to go. It have to go like, oh yeah, I get that. Like
so why? So all right. Well, then let me ask. It begs this question then, Tyler. Why do you think that cute anime girl versions of the Super Mario Brothers resonates with people?
well, no, it's like they resonates with people because they're able to go, oh wait, I get that. Like immediately they're able to look at that and go, I get that. From the title to the cover, they go, I get it. I get that. It clicks.
I
It's a marketing thing, by the way, Luke, because I've told the story a bunch. I'll tell you it again. The original story of Super Plumber Sisters was about two brothers who solved supernatural crimes, and it was really dark, really gritty, like Vertigo-y. I told some friends about it. They said I even did like a couple pages. They said this is absolute dog shit. I then reworked it again a year later, and they were like, "This is still bad." So I just threw it in the back burner, and then last year I went, "What if I took that same story, made it a little funnier, still had the sibling rivalry dynamic that I wanted to have in that original title, because that's really what the story I wanted was, just about a rivalry of siblings." And then I made it more marketable. So the story that I wanted to tell is still there. I just made it more marketable.
So you do kind of agree with me, because to make it more marketable, you essentially just stuck cute anime girls in there.
For that one, for that particular story, yes. Because if I
you also did that for Sexy Witch Academia.
No, that story was always that story was actually supposed to be just a Harry Potter parody. The first one, if you read the Kickstarter page, because I can't edit it now, was just like a Harry Potter parody. When we finally made the first book, it was completely different. When we finally got to the end, when we made the first book, actually, like we changed it completely, because I was like, I don't want to do a parody. I actually have a serious story I want to tell. We changed the characters' names that we pitched, with the villain that we pitched. It was supposed to be just a comedy book to like, now it's a serious book, and stuff.
So it transformed from the first.
Yeah,
transformed. Issue.
Yeah, I transformed from being something absolutely stupid in a parody to like, oh, I actually do have a story I can tell. But like, it's like, but still, like, people can resonate. Like that's the thing. Like everything down from the title to the imagery we use is there to hit, so people go, oh, I get it. That makes sense. And then they can get the story. And I think a lot of creators, they don't get that. Like when they make something, they've got to it's got to be able to click for someone. Go, oh, like I get that. Even down to like with like using Kickstarter. Like this is gonna sound kind of like, I don't know if it sounds disgusting or people are not gonna like it, but like when like I sketch out all of our covers that we make. When I sketch out the cover, I put a little red box that's the size of the Kickstarter thumbnail to make sure that like the key aspects that I want in the cover will fit for a Kickstarter thumbnail. Because I know this is gonna be marketed on Kickstarter. I want this to be the thumbnail, but it's gotta, everything that I want has to fit. So I actually build all my covers around the Kickstarter thumbnail.
Okay.
So like, do I get all the maybe artsy things that I want to do on the cover? No, because I'm making sure that it fits on the Kickstarter thumbnail.
I don't think anyone's like arguing with you about the fucking thumbnail, dude. I don't think that was the argument I was making.
No, but like, it's looking at my story as, do I like the story? Check. To now, can I market it and make money off of it? And I think that's the part that you don't like. Is that
No, that may no. It's not that I don't like it. It's just I guess I'm failing to see that connection. I can't bridge that connection.
by what
I'm not trying to be
by,
purposely
no, you're good.
obtuse. I'm being genuine right now.
By you don't understand like changing your story so that's more marketable.
Like look, if I have a story in my head that I want to tell, like I guess maybe this is what it is. Like the way I approach story is like I'm like, this is the story I want to tell, and I craft my story. And like I feel like trying to make it marketable is falling down the same kind of problematic rabbit hole that the mainstream has fallen down, because they've thought that to make something marketable we have to imbibe it with diversity and inclusion, which are all, as we both know, is absolute bullshit terminology, and that's why they're failing. But you know what I mean? It's almost like you're sacrificing a certain important aspect of the story's integrity just to fucking sell it.
Well, the first thing you have to look at though is target audience, and that's the thing that that's the thing that that the mainstream comics completely ignored, is who the target audience were. They thought the target audience were these people over here, and therefore that let's make books for people who aren't even our target audience. And so like
exactly, yeah.
So for me,
the modern audience that never showed up.
Yeah. So like for me, I go, okay, I'm an indie book. Like I do most, like my book that took off was The Girl with the Mega Fist. Okay, I'm gonna do more of those with like a female anime girls, because that's the type of stuff that I enjoy reading and watching myself. And it also helps that the book that I do was that, and so like that's my target audience. Is that someone market?
Is people who like reading anime, correct?
Yeah, I mean yes and no. I mean it depends on the anime. Like I don't like a lot of the anime that I like is like mostly like female led series. Like
okay,
I like yeah. So
because you like looking at attractive women, like all hot-blooded men, right?
Yeah, something like that. No, that's the kind of stuff that like it just so happens that the stories that I enjoy have those things. Like I don't enjoy a lot of shonen because I don't know. I don't necessarily enjoy all of those tropes, but I enjoy like Free Rand or Licorice Recoil, that kind of stuff.
Bubblegum Crisis.
Huh?
Bubblegum Crisis.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, fake weeb.
I 100% am a fake weeb.
Oh my god!
I am
to the shadow realms with you, Tyler.
I am 100% a fake weeb.
The fucking shadow realms with you.
I have to
tourist.
I definitely have to like be like, oh, I'm gonna read manga and anime today. No, actually, I read more manga than I watch anime.
I agree with Matt C. Everyone asked what Tyler is doing, but no one asked how Tyler is doing.
Tyler's tired.
How you doing, Tyler?
Tyler's tired because
Are you tired of this conversation?
No, this conversation is refreshing, actually. Tyler's tired because he runs a company and he's got employees that sometimes he has to yell at.
Have you taken like magnesium and zinc? You might be deficient.
I definitely take magnesium every day.
Well, you should try. Put some zinc in there, brother.
Probably need to get some zinc in there. I travel a lot too. Like I just got back to New Orleans.
Well, I mean, you gotta take care of yourself, because burnout is a motherfucker. All right.
True. I don't get burnout though. Like if I get burnout, it lasts for maybe like a day or two, and then I'm back.
Ooh. All right.
So I am.
Well, that gnome dome of yours is very resilient.
It is very resilient. Like
Well, anyway, seeing as though we're talking about books, do you want to look at my books and assess them?
Do you have books going on right now?
Well, you talked about Global Comics, Tyler.
Are you on Global Comics?
I think you could find something on Global Comics.
Look at your books, Luke, and then.
Well, because I criticize your books, and it's only fair that you should criticize mine, Tyler.
You criticize my books?
Well, what was the conversation we just had?
I don't think you were criticizing my books, though. Now you're hurting my feelings. All right, guys.
How am I hurting your feelings?
All right, guys.
Well, look. When I'm sitting here and I'm saying, lowest common denominator, titty books, blah 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 blah. You're not seeing that as me criticizing your books?
I think it's criticizing, my audience.
What?
Yeah, because you're calling them. What do I look up, by the way?
No, look. The audience is the audience, and the audience wants what they want. And at the end of the day, like they have it's their dollar. No, not Fresh Luke. You type in Forsaken Gods.
Hold on, but like I want like hold on. What's like you're right, the audience wants what they want. What's wrong with the creator giving the audience what they want?
I'm not. I never said there was anything wrong with that. But the thing is some if we left it up to the audience all the time, like it would just be, you know what I mean? It's like the audience just want, they have simple tastes, and that's cool. They just want to sit back and enjoy themselves, and more power to them. But it's like it's kind of like to your other point that you made. It's like what was I gonna say? Fuck, I lost the train of thought. It's like you can offer them a chocolate cake, or you could offer them a steak. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair, but also like you have to remember, like you have to figure out, like you as an indie creator, like with comics, you have to constantly feed these people. So can you feed them like a steak like
Every day.
3 to 4 times a year, or can you feed them like cake 4 times a year and then like steak once a year?
That's a good point. Very good point.
So like I do Growth Omega Fist once a year. I give them cake, which is like the Super Plumber Sisters, Bowl Assassin, Sexy Witch, and then I give them like Skittles with my YouTube content.
Well, this sounds like a terrible diet.
I mean, it's a horrible diet, but it's
You're dead within like two.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm trying to. The problem with the thing with marketing is you just have to always be reminding these people that you exist. And if you take a year or two off of a book and then you don't, and they'll be like, wait, you make comics again? Like,
Oy, oy, oy.
so
I'm not disagreeing with you, Tyler.
I get it's hard. I get why people don't like it. By the way, like I don't I do marketing because I have to.
Sure, as you should.
All right. So we got. Did you? Let's see. How do we? I like to read mine stacked.
Okay, you like a scroll up, scroll down kind of guy.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of the page, but whatever.
That's true, actually.
Yeah,
if I was reading on my phone, I would change it, but
do it a double page. Double page.
How's your experience on Global Comics? But did you put this whole thing for free, by the way?
No, it's
okay.
Of course not. Why? What are you taking for, Tyler?
I put the first volume of my book entirely for free.
Well, if when volume 2, if it ever comes out, maybe I'll consider it.
But. I think like everyone can agree that you're a fantastic artist.
But apparently that's not enough.
Actually, dude, I have a paid subscription, so like it's not gonna ever tell me to stop.
Oh, okay. Well,
so I don't know whether you're stopping.
You should probably stop right now.
I'm like, wait, I have a paid subscription, so I can.
Well, you know what? Well,
I'll read it. I'll put it in my reads this week.
Sure. But I mean, yeah, just those first 10 pages, I guess.
Why did you put your stuff, by the way, on Global Comics?
Everyone was saying to do it, and I think print is going to be dying out pretty soon, and it's all going to be going digital. So I think probably digital is the way to go, because 1, you don't have to pay shipping costs. 2, you don't have to worry about international like customs and stuff like that, or people stealing it in the mail, and it's all just available there. And if you can translate it into multiple languages, then you've got sort of a ready audience right there and then.
For sure, I agree. I agree with that. Kaden, some people like making chocolate cakes, and it isn't pandering or appealing to LCD because that is what they enjoy.
Sure, but if you ate chocolate cake, I mean, this analogy is always fraught with danger, but if you ate chocolate cake every day, wouldn't you eventually get sick of chocolate cake?
You gotta give them different cakes, like maybe Super Plumber Sisters chocolate cake, then...
well, I mean, it's not that it's chocolate or carrot, it's that it's cake. That's the point I'm trying to get.
Sketch Star, my man Tyler's feeding me Cheetos with all the miniseries. You may call it junk, but damn it if I don't just love it and always crave it.
Well, my answer to that would be make America healthy again.
That's fair. I think, like, like something like this, like your Forsaken Gods, which is 113 pages, you probably could have broken that down into like 10-page updates and done that for like 10 weeks, you know?
On Global
On
Comics?
Global Comics, then you'd have like I've got like the Megafist volumes and the Megafist like chapters. So if I think this is the chapters one.
Oh, so break it up by a chapter?
I mean, I'm not killing it, by the way, so like don't like use me as an example. But like chapter 1, and then chapter 2, 3, 4, 5.
How many pages is each chapter? Like, do they vary, or is it like a
They vary.
seven?
I started like
Oh, I see. All right, one's like 135, 130. What the fuck are you talking about, Tyler?
I started combining though the chapters like after like 4, I was like, man, let me just put like like some chapters are like most of my chapters are on average 12 pages, but then I started combining them. So like this one's
Well, that one with 694 definitely isn't 12
which
pages.
one?
Where was it? You're scrolling too much.
This is
500.
26.
Oh, sorry, those are views.
Those are views. Yeah. Those are
I gotta
views.
look closer. I'm getting old.
Yeah, those are views. So
Well, you got more views than me, so there you go.
no, I don't. Not just on that first update. Everything else is like in the hundreds. My best one is this entity one that has like 60,000 views.
Does the entity have breasts?
No, no. The main character does though.
There you go. Well, I mean, technically, she is the entity.
This is an old book.
Wow, this is pre Tyler.
This isn't me. This isn't my art. I hired an artist for that.
Oh, okay.
This one has
how much did you pay them?
Not much.
Good.
Anyway, I paid them the page rate that they pitched me, and I went yes.
Well, what did they pitch you?
Don't worry about it. But they pitched me a certain page rate, and I said yes.
Okay.
I will find a story in my heart for this page.
Well, anyway, let's go back to. I want to hear your assessment.
I mean, I haven't read the story, but I can tell.
Well, you don't have to read it, but just like looking at the cover, please.
Looking at like it's a well-made book, dude. Like,
no, but if you looked at the cover, like, what would be your assessment? Like, would you say that the audience would be like, "I get that"? Would they connect with that or not?
No, I don't think this is a good cover.
All right. Well, would you say would make it a good cover?
I'd have to read the book. Like, I don't think that this. But also like it comes down to so many things, like the title. Like maybe Forsaken Gods isn't the best title.
Why not?
For your book? Because
ooh, you're struggling.
Like as you can see with all the books that I've been doing, my titles tell you exactly what my books are about.
And you're telling me Forsaken Gods doesn't tell you what this book is all about?
It's almost too ambiguous though.
But look, if it's obviously a fantasy title and it's called Forsaken Gods, you have to have an element of mystery, right?
Scared alone with her imminent doom bearing down on her, she inadvertently wakens the dreaded Skull Knight and then Forsaken God. Like, it's not that. This isn't telling me anything that supports the title, nor is this cover. I mean, this is telling me more about the like this is like a description of your cover.
It's the description of sort of
like
the beginning of the story.
She wakes up a skull god and she's running away. So like at this case, like maybe I don't know. I'd have to read the story to get a. In the end, your gods will forsake you, but I will always be here. Long ago in the gods' world, there was a great war. Eventually, all the gods, the war. I don't know. I think the cover could be. I'd have to read.
Stop it right there. Stop it right there. That's 10 pages.
No, guys. Like keep like this is fantastic. I think. Like if we were to do my like Kickstarter like test, you wouldn't be able to fit any element on here. You could either fit the skull face and the top of her cape or just her in there.
And yet the campaign for this book raised $9,000.
I mean, that's fantastic. I'm not saying like I'm just critiquing on how like I'm not saying you did a bad job. I'm just saying for me personally, like you did it on Indiegogo, right?
Yeah. It was a while ago though.
It's okay, we'll find it. 'Cause I don't know. I don't know. I think the cover could be. I'd have to read the book.
All right, or maybe 8,000. I can't remember.
This is an older one.
That's the old one.
I hate Indiegogo.
I know. Campaigns. It is that one.
I think that's
5,000. I was wrong.
That's fine. I think this is a better cover right here.
Well, yeah, because that was the cover for chapter 1.
Oh, this could have been a cover.
Well, no, because that's the first page because it tells the story.
I know, but like I'm saying, like this, like something like this, where you have forsaken gods, you see multiple gods, they're all fighting. That could be.
But wouldn't that be misleading the audience in a way?
No.
Because if they see that on the cover and then they open the book and then they see it's the Skull Knight doing his thing with Samara, and they go, well, where are these guys?
No, you could have the Skull Knight in there somehow, and then
well, no, Samara. Because in the context of the thing, he doesn't show up until later.
You're just trying to add all that. You're just trying to, for a cover, you're just trying to add like cool elements and shit.
Sure. But when this comes back to what I was saying before, like when I'm doing a story, like I'm sort of putting in layers upon layers, and they all kind of tie together because I want my readers to interact and sort of piece things together themselves and have aha moments.
You can have aha moments though, while still like you have to first sell them based off of your cover. Your cover has to give them the oh, this is what that is. In my opinion. Like oh, like I get it. That oh, I get it moment. Where they go, oh, I get it. So like having multiple gods, maybe you have the skull one and then her in there and it's forsaken gods, and you go, oh, there's multiple gods. Oh, they're forsaken. They're fighting each other. This girl, she's running away from, like, maybe she's running towards us and there's all these gods behind her and there's a skull guy right here. Like, forsaken gods. And you go, oh, there's all these gods fighting. She's running away from them and there's a skull one. He looks the strongest.
But that doesn't happen in the story at all.
That's fine.
Why would she be running away from the gods who are fighting, who are long since dead?
That's fine. It doesn't have to happen in the story.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It has to make sense.
No, it doesn't. None of this stuff happens.
Well, I would say that if it doesn't make sense, then the reader is going to get confused.
Reader doesn't have, like, this doesn't in the story. This isn't in the story. This is in the story.
See, I would say that these covers are terrible.
This, like, you don't have to be in the, like, these girls don't, they're not on a beach in the story. Like, they're just there.
But if I don't know, if I've never read an issue of Super Plumber Sisters and I look at that and then I open it up, I'd be like, why aren't they in bikinis at the beach? I was sold a fake product.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's a variant cover, so, like, you get what you get. This is, I'll be honest.
Where are the bullets? Where are the assassins?
She's the assassin. There's her gun. Fantasy.
I can't tell that. Just looking at that doesn't look like a gun. It looks like a staff because there's a castle in the background. Like, why is there a gun in a medieval setting? You get what I'm saying? Like, first impressions matter.
Because she's a bullet assassin living in a fantasy world. So, bullet assassin, bullet assassin.
No, I'm not making this connection.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, then you look at the pages: goblins, fantasy,
like.
gun.
Wait. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you go up. See, if you had done it where you could clearly see the gun, like maybe if you go down to the splash page where she's holding the gun a little further, just a little further more. See, like that one. The gun is clear. You know, she's wearing her titty armor and lingerie. With
I'll let you know this. Like, I did design her like in full knight's outfit, and my artist messaged me saying I have a better idea that will sell the book, and I went fine.
Wow. And maybe in one of these cases you shouldn't have listened to the artist, but anyway, but it's clear, all right. Like there's the gun. Oh, bullet assassin in a fantasy world. You've got the two elements right there. Super simple. Bada boom, bada bing.
Fair. I wanted the castle in the back. I wanted this to be an angle, though, for my logo.
Haha, so there you go.
But there you go. I mean, look, once again, gun,
All right.
Massive
So
gun.
why is this cover B? Why isn't this the cover?
Because this is the actual artist of the book.
All
I
right.
wanted that.
So what?
Guns, guns, guns.
Yeah, the guns are kind of obscured. Yeah, they're kind of being cut off at the edge there, dude.
That's fair.
Like, if you're gonna put a gun on there, you got to show the whole gun.
That's fair. Um,
Just like you're doing a good job of showing the whole like tits and the pussy, but then you got to put the gun in there as well, so they can go, oh, tits, pussy, and gun.
fair. But yeah, I think it's fine. I just think if I look at this, I think from me as a reader, if I go, I mean, don't get me wrong, my favorite anime is Licorice Recoil. Like, what the frick does Licorice Recoil mean at like
Correct.
base? And so then with like I had to like when I first heard that name, I was like, nope, like I don't even know what this is. I took it, but like that's marketing though, because then I had to freaking like only until I saw a clip of it was like, okay, I'll then watch it because I like the visuals, but like like this does not, none of these images actually sell what the series is
Correct.
at all.
And I'm pretty. Is that how you spell licorice?
Licorice, not licorice, not licorice.
What is licorice?
Exactly. It's the secret government agency that they work for.
They should just call it licorice.
And so I guess what I'm saying is like, what's up? We got Pat Shan here, the Kickstarter goat. But I think I don't know, audiences, I don't know. Like every creator has to decide like how they're gonna like connect their book with the audience and whatnot.
Sure.
And every creator's got to figure it out. I mean, it's a fantastic looking book, and here's the thing.
All right,
maybe Luke, maybe though like it doesn't resonate with a Kickstarter audience or an Indiegogo audience, but it can resonate with an audience. You just have to find them.
Yes.
Every creator has to just find their audience, and they're out there.
Did you read? Have you read Something Man yet?
No, I haven't read anything by you, Luke.
Oh, well, I guess that's both of us.
That's fair. I have not read Something Man.
Oh, it's 40 pages.
All right, so I definitely can only click like two more of these. But yeah, I think ultimately every creator's got to be able to find their audience. If their audience isn't on Kickstarter, that's fine. Their audience could be somewhere else. Like I've got friends who do extremely poorly on Kickstarter, but they do fine on their online store. And you know, I know people who are really good at Kickstarter and they cannot sell anything outside of Kickstarter. So that's just something that you know, I have a friend who does really well on Amazon, but he cannot sell a single copy on Kickstarter. So it just like depends on what you're able to do as a creator.
So you're saying there are different audiences on different platforms?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Well, what did we learn today, Tyler?
Well, we had a good conversation. Do you agree?
Sure.
Fantastic.
What would you like to draw me? What would you like me to draw of you next?
You can do whatever you want.
And are you gonna react, like overreact, or are you just gonna be like?
I didn't overreact on the 4th, 5th, and 6th one. Okay, I don't think I even overreacted on the first one. I think I reacted.
I
reacted.
Not from what I said, but whatever. It's we've been over that, so it's no point.
I reacted the way I reacted. So
yes. Unless we have a time machine and go back and change things, it is what it is.
It is what it is. What are your goals though? Like, with your comics right now? Are you trying? Are you trying to make shit happen? Or
I'm just kind of done with it. You know what I mean? It's like I've tried to do it. I didn't really have much to show for it. And it's as you said, it's a different world out there. It's a tough world out there, and I'd rather just focus on doing my thing, and just as I said, I'm doing a lot better now that I'm not having to worry about this kind of shit.
That's good.
And I figure when I get some time, I'll make more stuff and post it on Global Comics and let people know, and just go from there.
I dig that. So I followed your account. So when you make shit,
Thanks.
I'll follow it. So all right, Luke, I appreciate you coming on. I think we had Kumbaya.
Thanks, Tyler. I don't agree, but I'm glad we got to resolve everything. And
We didn't have Kumbaya.
nah, fuck that shit. Anyway, but thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad we managed to clear everything up. Are you giving me the finger, you fuck?
No, I'm playing with my freaking anime thingy.
I didn't see that.
You're good.
I was like, he's suddenly giving me the middle finger. Fuck
No.
it. Anyway. But I am glad we had this convo. I'm glad I helped you to get over whatever it is that you were hung up on, and I'm glad that you followed me. That's really great, and I'm glad that you also followed me on Global Comics. That's really cool. And thanks to some of those members in the chat who were trying to roast me and doing a terrible job of it. But I would hope that you would consider my books and maybe possibly consider buying them. I feel like you would be really engrossed with the story. And I mean, I guess that's everything I wanted to say. I really liked that video that you did when you were talking about how Ethan Van Sciver broke all those rules about crowdfunding.
Did you like that?
Yeah, because I 100% agreed with you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I also have a book that's a year that's like 10 months late. So
yeah, but I mean, like he really broke a lot of the rules. It was like
yeah.
you know the story of what's his name, Kenji Inafune, I think his name is, the creator of Mega Man.
Okay, I don't know the story.
Well, never mind. We'll talk about it later.
All right, see you, Luke. Thank you.
See you, man.
All right. I think that was a good conversation. I think we had Kumbaya. I swear to God, I think that Luke used this to plug his books. He did a good job. Go check out his stuff, guys, on Global Comics. If Matt is in the room, or if anyone, or Pixel Trader, did we have Kumbaya? I hope we did. All right. Well, guys, ultimately, if you guys didn't like get this or feel this, and I'm like losing my voice. Ultimately, guys, when it comes to me with like indie creators, I don't want beef. I don't like beef. Last year when I was getting canceled, like I was ready to fight every single person, and so that's probably what happened with Luke and I. He was ready to fight, I was ready to fight, and we did. Luke and I clearly don't agree with on a lot of things, but we're able to have a very good, good conversations with each other. That was I really enjoyed that conversation. Pixel, I gave you a wrench. I really enjoyed that conversation. And what I liked about that conversation is we don't agree with everything, but we're able to go back and forth on each other. Despite what a lot of people might think, I actually enjoy having conversations with Larry, even though he is borderline retarded, because I like that he has different perspectives than me, and we can go back and forth. That's why it just sucks that he like hates me so freaking much, and can't act like an adult. My friend Travis Gibb, we disagree on so many things, and yet we're still able to be friends. We're still able to interact with each other. And we're still able to have great conversations. And I think the people who benefit the most out of the conversations are me, the other creator, but also the chat. You guys, we get to, indie comics is a roller coaster. What works for some people doesn't work for others. And so the great thing about doing these streams is that we're able to like talk with each other and go, what's working with you? What's not working with you? Well, I tried doing what you did. It didn't work for me. Oh, it worked for you. Like such a good story is like when I did The Girl with the Mega Fist volumes 1 and 2, I was talking with Tim Lim and he was telling me that his books plus acrylic standee rewards on Kickstarter were like their best sellers. And so that's what I did for volumes 1 and 2 of The Girl with the Mega Fist is I did book plus standee rewards, and I never sold any, and it sucked. And I was like, dude, this doesn't freaking work for me. And so instead what I did was I still did the acrylic standee. I just threw it on as an add-on, and then I started selling a ton. And so just because the idea works for someone doesn't mean that's going to work for you, but maybe you just need to workshop that particular idea so that it can work for you. Like I see a lot of people doing digital first to physical, and I'm trying to figure that out. Just because it's working for them doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to work for me. It's currently not working for me very well, but I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, hopefully you guys can also figure out what works best for you. At the end of the day, guys, we just want to make comics. We want to have a silly goose time and read good comics. So, yeah, I appreciate everyone who's been in the chat and whatnot. Guys, we have 13 more days to go with Super Plumber Sisters. Also, real quick, shout out to Mr. X. I loved this thread that he did on The Girl with the Mega Fist. Volume 4 absolutely just did like a massive deep dive of the story, and he hit the nail several times on what I was trying to get at with this story. And he was very close in a lot of his predictions on where the story is going, which I thought was awesome. But I just love that I'm able to create stories that people are able to do these type of reviews. Like, this is such an in-depth review, and I think you can only do something like that when you're putting out, the amount of work that I've put out. Like, The Girl with the Mega Fist Volume 4 represents 800 plus pages of this series. Like, it's a massive, massive, massive labor of love. And it's gonna be crazy when we drop Volume 5 next year. That will represent 1,000 pages of story. So I'm just really appreciative of all of you guys. So thank you. All right. This is my own freaking video. Jeez. This is me on my backer kit. Just seeing, wondering where are we going to land. Probably going to land around the 10K mark, which I'm super grateful for. So, all right. I'm losing my voice. I've got books to package. Actually, tonight I'm going to do some content stuff for 45 minutes before I go to bed. Actually, I should probably just go to bed right now, so that's probably what I'll do. All right, guys. If you're in the chat, you guys rock. This was great. I love both of you guys, so it was nice to hear a mostly chill discussion. That's awesome. Let's see what else. What else do we got? Massey went to bed. It was an epic party for Tyler's chat after the stream. No, we had a very good and active chat. So thanks, guys. All right, where's some goodbye music? Let's get some goodbye music. Let's see. Let me find one. We want one that's gonna have like a beat. All right, this one says electronic, pop, and hip hop. All right, looks like it's a little quiet at first, and then there's a beat. All right, let's do this.